Hello, my dear friends. Today I'm talking about planetary hours and how you can use them. They are really easy to use. The astrological day begins at the exact moment of local sunrise, and the night begins at local sunset. The time between sunrise and sunset is divided into 12 equal parts, each of which is called one planetary hour. Similarly, the time from sunset to the following sunrise is also divided into 12 equal parts, which constitute the planetary hours of the night. The rulership of the hours depends first of all upon the days of the week, which are themselves ruled by the planets as follows. Sunday is ruled by the sun. Monday is ruled by the moon. Tuesday is ruled by the Mars. Wednesday is ruled by Mercury. Thursday is ruled by Jupiter. Friday is ruled by Venus, and Saturday is ruled by Saturn. The first planetary hour starting from sunrise on any day is ruled by the planet ruling the day itself. The succeeding hours are ruled by the planets in a definite and fixed succession. I mean the Chaldean order. The Chaldean order is the following: Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Sun, Venus, Mercury, and Moon. In this way, for example, on Sunday, the first hour from sunrise is ruled by the Sun, and the next hour is ruled by Venus, the next by Mercury, the next by Moon, and the next by Saturn, and so on, in this order. Now I'm talking about what you can do for each hour in your daily activities. During the hour of Saturn, this hour is favored for beginning undertakings that require much time, perseverance, and patience, and for dealing with Saturnian people such as farmers, gardeners, miners, and real estate agents, and elderly persons. It's a good time to deal in land, houses, and property, and to buy grain, coal, or other produce of the earth or of mines. It is favorable for digging, ploughing, and agriculture work generally, and also for archaeological and geological work, and anything relating to the past or to old and antique things. It is unfavored for borrowing money, and is bad for all journeys and voyages owning on the risk of loss and disappointment. The employees engaged in this hour are apt to be able to work efficient. It is bad for hair cutting and for putting on new clothes for the first time. This hour is unfavorable for taking medicine. When it's about hour of Jupiter, this hour is favorable for most purposes. It's a good hour in which to deal with lawyers, doctors, and professional people generally, as well as bankers, merchants, landlords, grocers, and all Jupiterian people. It is a good time for asking favors from influential persons, for borrowing and lending money, and for seeking employment. Journeys may be begun in this hour, but is not favorable for boarding ships. It is good for social functions, banquets, and for joining benevolent societies. Sowing and planting may begin, but the hour is not a good one for purchasing animals. It is unfavorable for surgical operation, but a person taken ill in this hour will soon recover. It is an excellent time for becoming engaged or to get married. Hour of Mars. This hour is good for most purposes, and especially for journeys and voyages. It is favorable for dealing with doctors, surgeons, dentists, chemists, engineers, soldiers, and other people ruled by Mars, and also for work connected with fire and metals, but there may be danger in the latter if Mars is afflicted. Afflicted means that Mars on the chart, on the current chart, on the transit chart, has bad aspects with Saturn or with other complicated planets, and aspects are complicated, I mean opposition or square. It is also said to be favorable for get employees in your company. But this is the case when Mars is well aspected, sextile or trines on the chart. Work requiring much force and energy may begin in this hour. Hour of the Sun. This hour is not a very fortunate one for general purposes, and is chiefly favorable for obtaining preferment and for approaching influential or titled people and public officials. It is a bad period for beginning buildings and entering houses for the first time, and is a dangerous hour in which to be taken ill. No new clothes should be first worn, nor should any expenditure be incurred. It is a bad hour for love, courtship, and marriage. If the Sun is favorable, aspected, it is a good time for dealing with people and things ruled by the Sun. But if afflicted, such dealing should be avoided. This principle applies to all hours. Hour of Venus. This hour is extremely good for courtship and marriage, and for all dealings with women or with matters relating to women. It is favorable for musical and artistic activities, social affairs, and for all kinds of sports, pleasure and enjoyment. It is a favorable time for beginning a journey, but not voyages. And it's a good time to leave another person's house, but a bad one in which to return to it again. It's not favored for surgical operation, and it's also bad for wearing or beginning to make new clothes. Planting and sowing may begin during this hour. Hour of Mercury. This is favorable for general buying and selling, writing letters, writing emails, speaking to the phone, on the internet, posting, launch websites or social media content, singing, signing documents, beginning studies, and other mercurial activities. It is good for planting and sowing and for sending children to school or college, especially when Mercury is well aspected by the Moon or Venus, but is not favorable for marriage. It is a good hour in which to begin a journey, but bad for re-entering one's house after a long journey or voyage, as it threatens quarrels and discontent. It is good for borrowing or lending money and for matters connected with apprenticeship, especially when Mercury is good aspected with Jupiter. It is a bad hour for buying houses or lands, engaging employees, or arranging bail for a prisoner. It is good for taking medicine, especially when Mercury is good aspect with Mars, Jupiter, or Saturn, and it's a good time for seeking favors from influential people. If Mercury is weak and afflicted, there is danger of deception and trickery at the hands of others. Hour of Moon. This is a good time for courtship and marriage, and also for sending children to school. A journey may begin in this hour, but the return home from a journey, and especially from a voyage, should begin under another hour. It is also said to be favorable for dealing with enemies and opponents. Friends may be made, especially among women and the general public. It is a good time for hiring employees, and also for advertising and opening shops. Due care being taken to see that the moon is strong and well aspected. This hour is not good for buying animals, especially small ones, and also for beginning building and lending money. Neither it is good for taking medicine nor for making clothes. These general rules and principles are for electional astrology. It means that if you want to do something, you look on the chart of the current transit and also you are looking to the planetary hours, and you will make the connection between the planetary hour and the aspect on the chart. Also, you have some apps that are showing you instantly and give you notification when the planetary hours are changing. So I will put on the comments the link of the app that I'm using, and it's very useful when you want to use planetary hours for important activities that you want to begin. I wish you all the best and see you next time. Bye bye.